Thank you for swinging by. This is first generation Honda Pilot. This vehicle here is been through another mechanic. You can see he took all of this out, okay, and under the bumper he took all those out, nothing here. I hate about finish another man's job. I hate about finishing another man's job because they put all the parts away. They don't have the part with you, and they already turned down that you don't even know how to get all the nut and the screw. For example, let's go to the motor. What in the hell is you taking the timing belt out, taking the water pump out, and you not putting belt back together? You know? So that is pretty bad. You should not doing that. Even though you are trying to work on it, when you start it, finish it. Because you don't finish it, you may end up, screw up. Maybe mess up with the alignment. You can screw up your motor. Why don't you finish up the work? I don't like to think about another man's job, but if you're a mechanic out there, do something and finish with it, and not just leave it like that and take to another man to do it. Because you do this, it's hard for another man to finish your work because they don't know where the part's at. Okay? Low compression. This is no compression right now, so definitely had to remove the engine, put another engine in there. The measurement from here is about 20, and the vehicle engine's wider than 22, I think, so impossible to load up. Okay, I'm going to remove the headlight assembly because this is on the way. So when I remove the bumpers, so I can clear out the room right here. On the side of the bumper, there's a screw right here. Okay, if you pull this out, you should see the screw inside here, and taking that out. Okay, and that's supposed to be a 10mm, but which is they don't have, so they're using, because this is a salvage title vehicle, so they took out everything. Okay, that is the screw. So the bumper should just pop out like that. Bumper a little bit and just take out the headlight. That's all I do right here. Okay, this bracket have two screws that holding on touch the frame. So you do to one side, same thing the other side will be looks exactly like that. So there is nipple right here, 1 2 3 4 5 nipple that I have to drill on this side. Okay, so 5 nipple on this side, and then right here got 1 nipple on this side, and this side maybe got 1 too. So on the top here, I don't see any nipple welding, so I have to remove the fender bolt right here so I can push the fender out a little bit. Okay. Okay, last one. Okay. So using this chisel, slowly tap from the side here. Get this pop out. Same thing. I will punch. So on this side got hit, and I drill right here. It's pretty tough to know where is the nipple that you can drill out. So maybe you have to drill so many holes to find out to see where the nipple's at. So I decided to cut it. Okay, to cut it, and then I weld this back in, and all of this have been drilled. Even like that, it's still hard. And this side, look, even this side is clean, and it's pretty tough to get it out because you see I even drilled in the place, but it's still not clear enough, and I still cut this off a little bit, but that is not difficult. So I will make this wheel back up in there. Radiator supports came out already. So from here I will taking out all the power or sensor from the transmission, because the transmission had less plug than the engine. Oh, taking down the battery plates right here. Need to be careful because it's old sensor, and if you not careful, they break. Then Jesus Christ, one of this is expensive. Way down the bottom. You can go to the bottom on this, or you can do on the top here. There is a bolt right here that holding this plastic. Okay, that's a 10mm one. There's another bolting holding this little bracket here, so you can take the bracket out, so you don't have to take all of this clip. And then there's another one down here, which is another 10 holding that. Okay, just take this out. Subframe, so that's where you have to remove this. You don't have to, maybe, but best is remove it because it create more room. I'm going to put a cardboard right here. I'm going to punch a hole right here, like that. Just the bolt. I'm going to leave it right here. Okay, that is number 14. You don't have to if you can take the AC, you know. But for me, I'm gonna swap this from this engine to the other one anyway, so take him out is not a bad idea. So as soon as you take the bolts out, okay, you should be able to take this down. So when you got all the 4 bolts out, just leave it right here. Tight it real good to somewhere right here, so it will be unplugged the ECU. Just take this cover out. So press down and pull. This should be open. Unplug. So I'm going to put all this wire to the top of the engine. So I'm going to take these brackets out so I can drop the muffler a little bit. Take this out, number 12. So yeah. Now you have room to take down the axle mount right there, and then take down this bracket here. There's something very useful for a space that is very limited, you know, and such as like right here. So you put in here and then working on like that. Now for the back motor mount, and to disconnect those bolts. Okay, 17 right there. There's 4 of those bolts. So what you have to do, stick from the back of right here, and you can do it from on the back. It's pretty tight, but you have room to do it, so plenty of room. You put the extension like that, and then you crank it down from the back here. It's hard to see, but you can get it done, you know. A head right here, that's very helpful. You can put your finger like that, and doing for a small space like this, very neat. I like that. Bottom one, I use a short socket, and for this one I probably using ratchets. Okay, it's when you break loose, so that's, you have plenty of space right here. For the one on this side, I'm using this long close box wrench made by Easy Red. There. What you do, just sticking your socket down here, and to be careful with the sensor. Some sensors right in this way. Okay. The 2 bolts out. So these 2 bolts I'm going to leave up on top of the transmission. There's only a couple of bolts that hold in the bottom here. Then one right here. I think on the top have one more too, I think. There's one more. There's one more right there, but motor mount up here. Okay, that one is pretty crowded, pretty tight. The best is remove the axle out, but you can do without moving it. From the one right here, it's a 14, and using long extension from the top here, and break it. Here. Right in this hole right here. Okay. Lose this right here. Down this one. Woo! There. Tough. This motor mount's out. And that motor mount is bad. Broken already. So now engine's clear. So I can move the front, jack the front, and take out the motor mount. We'll try to jack to see if I can pull this motor mount out. If not, I have to take in this one. I definitely have to take that, but we'll see. Okay, clear. Okay, one more 17 right here. Okay, this is, I'm going to use it for supporting the transmission so it won't fall down. Okay, I will put it right here where the transfer case and the transmission met. I have the transmission support already, so now to take the bolt out, all of them. and try to split the transmission end from the engine. Engine split. So try to see if I can separate it from each other. Okay, now split up. Okay, on this right here, the oil filter kind of stick long, so I have to disconnect the oil filter before pulling this out because the oil filter is stuck in it. See this right here, kind of stuck with the body, so you have to detach right here to get this thing here out of the way. Otherwise, this thing was stuck. If you pull the motor and transmission together, then you don't have to take this off. But if you pull it separately, then definitely you have to take that off. Okay? Otherwise, you are stuck with that. Okay, we're replacing all the electrical harness to the new motor and then put it back in there. So all the part interchangeable is already put in there. I'm ready to drop the engines back. So slowly drop in there. So now it's dropped in the bottom, and you can go figure out what the alignment pin said and then try to lock it in. Okay, so I can't show it because I know that when you're taking out is exactly where you put it back in. I'll put this strap in, and this will helping me to align the balance the engine levelly. Okay, so when you have one man, then there's a lot of tools that you have to create it to get yourself extra hand. Otherwise, you have to have a couple people who can give you the extra hand to it. So yeah, now the engine is leveling. Okay, so that will be connecting to the pin that I talk about. Let me show you something in the bottom. See, like when you buy yourself, this thing here is a flip over, right? So you have to slowly come down here and step down by little and make sure this stay like that. So I will do slowly drop down. Okay, on this right here, you see I even I'll tilt a little bit and still not enough. You can see this two hole right here. This is closer and this is further, so I need to jack more up there. Okay, so I drop a little bit too much, so you can see that the motor mount is a little bit off, and this thing here off. So let me pump a little bit. I'm using my foot to pump the jack. See the pin up there? A little pin up there, so just push it back a little bit. And there's another pin right here. See that? Go inside that hole. Okay. So now it's fitting. So that hold it. I'm going to put another one in the opposite side. You see how the motor down here closing and here up and down. Up here is more opening. So what you have to do is just crank in this way so the engine will tilt that. Okay, but you by yourself, nobody down there will helping you, and you're up here doing something and down there is off, so that's have a lot of time to travel up and down. Okay, but you can do it. It's slowly, but it will get it done, no problem. Okay, now that's holding, so the rest is easy now because they are engaged already. Okay, so from here on, just put everything back where it should be. Okay, so I'm gonna put my bracket, engine mount first, or you can mount this first, don't matter, fitting the motor mounts in. Okay, so back up to plug all this again, and the bottom nut and bolts already done, transmission bolts already done. So basically just connecting this, connecting the radiator, and connecting the radiator support. Okay, on this right here, I'm going to put bolts on it. My last project I was doing wheelbase, but this one I prefer to using bolt. Now I put the water, everything's in. I haven't tied down the radius bracket support yet, but I'm going to test to see how the motor is running first before I even do all the stuff. And water's in, oil's in, and let me go crank it up to see how's the sound. Sounds good, but just because first crank it up, so it feel like rough. Sometimes engine is not running for a long time, and it does for first part is it was shaking. Okay. So on this right here, I'm going to tap it and then try to weld it and the rest I was bolt into it. Bought this Honda touch-up paint. So I'm gonna put screw. Okay, final is done, and the sounds of the engine is pretty quiet, and you can see there's no vibration. Replace a used engine, sometimes a nightmare, because you don't know what kind of used engine you got it from, you know. Sometimes a little crack here and water's leak, you can't see it because you install and then you have to take them out again, you know. And the most difficult is which is the radius of core here. Sometimes you didn't test it before you install everything, and then you find out that the water is leaking or engine doesn't have a compression. Many things can be wrong with the used engine. This kind of work, you have to take the radius of core. I would say test it before you install the radius of core. Okay, if you bought it from a wrecking yard, likely it's a moving car, it should be good, you know. And a lot of this work take a lot of time to recording. I would say minimums of 4 to 5 hours, and I have to chop it down to like 10-20 minute video. That's a lot of cutting corner. So you may not see everything that I do, but hey, don't forget to comment if you need help on this. I'm not perfect, you know. My English is not you know, as good as you are, and please be nice. Don't just saying that you don't speak proper English or anything like that. You know, sometimes if you're not born in this country and you know the word but you don't speak fluent like you are, please be nice. I don't want to complain about my language, but you know, if you yourself put in my shoe, or you know, try to speak my language, how about that, you know? And you don't. So don't complain about other people's language that it's not properly, you know. As long I got the work done, that's the most important. And you want to know how to do it, just watch the video, and you don't understand, just comment. That is the how it works here in the car business. Sometimes you may not see what I'm doing, but just because I cut it off, it's not mean I didn't do it, you know. So that is what it is. If you want help, please help yourself. Subscribe to my channel, and then I will in helping you answer your question as many as you want. A lot of my followers, they do, you know, ask me a whole bunch of questions, and I respond immediately, just like you're texting to me, because I with my phone all the time, and I actually leave it on most of the time. And any time that I have message to my YouTube, I always get back no less than an hour or two. And that is the most important about you, that getting help, you know, because when I can't get into my phone, then I can't get your answer. But most of the time is 2 hours the longest, probably 10-15 minutes is the most I can get back to you already. And please remember to help me subscribe to my channel, even though sometimes, you know, the video not interest you, but just a number is helping me a lot. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye now.